Welcome back. And top on the brief this morning, evidently the ruling party is still basking in the euphoria of its victory at the just concluded governorship election, as its national chairman, Mr. Abdullahi Ganduje, has congratulated the party's candidate, Mr. Monday Okpebholo. Speaking in Abuja at the headquarters of the party in Abuja, while officially shutting down the party's situation room, Mr. Ganduje appreciates all members of the party and other stakeholders whom he believes contributed to the success of the party.
I would like to emulate what I have done in Akwa Ibom State. Edo received transformations, and the grace of God, Edo is back again.
This is a turning point in the politics of Edo State. The will of God has been done today. I regard this day as a day of liberation.
Now, mixed reactions have continued to trail the declaration of Monday Okpebholo as winner of Saturday's Edo governorship election. While celebration continues in the camp of the All Progressives Congress, some other contestants in the race allege the outcome of the election would have been different if certain unlawful actions, including alleged vote buying, had not been introduced into the exercise. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Labour Party, in separate interactions with journalists in Benin City, the Edo State capital, on Monday, shared their observations. The police, on their part, say they worked to ensure the election was violence-free. They also revealed they have made more arrests, recovered weapons and ammunition, and are continuing investigation into suspected violation of the law during the exercise.
I hold no sympathy for the PDP, who now cry foul after being outmaneuvered in this macabre game of thrones. They willingly participated in the bidding war with the APC, fully aware of the rules from the outset. Their lamentations ring hollow in the face of their own complicity in this democratic travesty. As for the APC and the governor-elect, their actions have undermined the democratic process, betrayed the trust of the very people they seek to lead, and eroded faith in our democratic institutions.
Together, we ran a great campaign, and the overwhelming support was evident in the ballots before our progress was unjustly halted on September 21st, 2024, by people who do not mean well for you or for our state. That day will forever be etched in our history as one of our darkest moments, marked by the brazen theft of our mandate and the shameful subversion of the will of the people.
And now more congratulations coming in for the APC. This time, the Federal Executive Council, chaired by President Bola Tinubu, congratulated the All Progressives Congress and its candidate on emerging victorious in the Edo State governorship election held on Saturday. Now, before the deliberation of the day, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. George Akume, on behalf of the Council, commended President Tinubu for his commitment to the electoral process.
I want to use this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, to congratulate the people of the Edo States, particularly the APC family, properly guided the leader and father of the APC in their fantastic outing, recording a huge victory which had eluded the APC for over 8 years. The elections have been adjudged to be free and fair, and that is what Mr. President has always stood for. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for being committed to the electoral process and the ethos of democracy.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party and the Accord Party have joined the list of those condemning the outcome of the Edo State governorship election, which held on Saturday. They describe it as lacking in credibility. While the candidate of the Accord Party, Bright Enabulele, says the exercise was fraught with irregularities and malpractices, the acting national chairman of the PDP maintains that the results announced by the electoral umpire were manipulated. The PDP is also calling on INEC to revisit the results of the election. And in other election results, the Imo State Independent Electoral Commission, IMSEC, has declared the All Progressives Congress as winner of the 27 local government and 305 wards chairmanship and councillorship seats in the just concluded local government elections in the state. The chairman of the commission, Mr. Charles Ejiogu, who made this declaration at their headquarters in Owerri, the Imo State capital, said the election was conducted in line with the state electoral laws and guidelines, and the outcome was free, fair, and credible. And more stories now, this time away from election matters. The Federal Executive Council has approved the establishment of a disaster relief fund to enhance quick response to the victims of disasters across the country. The council gave the approval at its meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu at the State House, Abuja. FEC also gave approval to an executive bill to be known as the Economic Stabilization Bill, which seeks to strengthen fiscal and monetary policies in the country. And following the devastating effect of the recent flooding in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, the federal government is reiterating its commitment to tackling all forms of natural disasters. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, made the commitment at an event to commemorate the 2024 World River Day in Abuja. The World River Day is a day set aside by the United Nations to draw attention to issues impacting the quality and flow of rivers. And still away from home now, Vice President Mr. Kashim Shettima has arrived in New York to represent Nigeria at the 79th United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. Vice President touched down at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York, where he was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Mr. Bosun Tijani, amongst others. As directed by President Tinubu, Vice President Shettima is leading Nigeria's delegation to this year's UNGA, where he will deliver Nigeria's national statement and participate in various high-level meetings. And outside our shores, it's a sad one, as Lebanon's Prime Minister says, well, Lebanon's Health Ministry, first of all, says at least 356 people have been killed and more than 1,200 wounded in Israel's airstrikes yesterday, the deadliest day of the Israel-Hezbollah conflict since 2006. Israel says it is broadening its strikes against Hezbollah as citizens in southern Lebanon have received phone messages warning them to leave places used by the Iran-backed group. Lebanon's Prime Minister says Israel's actions amount to a war of extermination, while Israel's Defense Minister says strikes will continue until we have achieved our goals to return the residents of the north safely to their homes. And fears of an all-out regional conflict in the Middle East have grown in the past week. Cross-border attacks have ratcheted up after a series of exploding device attacks on Hezbollah members, which were widely blamed on Israel. And in sports, Libya has opted to host Group D leaders, Super Eagles of Nigeria, at the Matters of Benina Stadium in their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match day 4 encounter on October the 15th. Known previously as Hugo Chavez Stadium, the stadium is a 10,000 capacity facility with an artificial turf. Both countries will do a match day 3 battle at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo on Friday, October the 11th, before the clash in the city at the edge of the Mediterranean Sea 4 days later. And that's it on the top stories for today. But